Who's there? Is that Tracy?
It's Tracy. Good morning.
Good morning, Tracy. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. That beard is growing in nicely.
Yeah, it's getting pretty thick.
I like
I think
it.
I'm just let it keep growing.
Oh yeah, let it keep. That goes along with a fisherman, doesn't it?
Sure.
Yeah. Now, were you able to fish this weekend, or is it too rainy?
I had some other things going on this weekend, so I didn't do any fishing.
I'm surprised. Wow.
Uh,
You've been really into the fishing, which is great. Good for
I
you.
have. I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, that's fabulous.
I'm hoping to do some more on Thursday and Friday, but because I'm actually going to be off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week.
Wow, 3 days in a row.
Yeah, I'm going to take my holiday for next week. So
You're so funny. Well, Saturday, according to the weather, is the one nice day we'll have, or nice as far as not raining. So
yeah, and I have to go back to work Saturday.
that's all right. Now, are you guys starting to fill up with like non-essential people?
Not so much. I mean, we have a few, stragglers that are coming in here and there, but for the most part, it's still essential.
Okay. Well, I guess starting Friday, things might change. We'll see.
It might.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, it's good to see you, Trace. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Okay.
You too.
Thanks. And today, good morning, Laura. How you doing?
I'm standing in my front door, so I actually have some light.
Oh, yeah, isn't that funny? I can see that too in my yard. It's so dark, but in another few minutes, we'll have plenty of light. Good
I
to
love
see
your
you.
cat.
Oh, that's Lola. She's a funny one.
Awesome.
So today.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
Good morning, Cheryl. Nice to see you. Back home, I guess.
Back home.
Yeah. Hi, Annie. There's Annie. Annie.
Part of her job.
Oh,
doing
yeah.
yoga.
She's so cute. I'm glad she joins in. Today we might need a couple of blocks, and I hesitate to say a strap because we never seem to last long enough to be able to use the strap. But if you have one of these little straps just to extend your arm, that might be nice and easy. But I'll give options aside from using the strap. So my clock just turned to 7. That means we have about 10 more seconds to get ourselves situated. And once you grab your strap and or blocks or anything else you think you need, let's come into child's pose. And we'll begin in child's pose, starting with Ujjayi breath. And sometimes it's hard to just drop right into child's pose. If that's the case, feel free to grab a block and place it under your forehead, or maybe stack your fists and let your head be a little bit higher. So we start our Ujjayi breathing now, coming into the idea of allowing the breath to be our conduit, if you will, for clearing the mind. We want to clear the stuff around the mind so that we can see and hear wisdom, which is innate to us. It's just that we have so much stuff blocking us that we don't get to see it. Sylvia Boorstein talks about wise mindfulness as tidying the mind and allowing mindfulness to cultivate this wisdom. She speaks of an elder monk who actually became a renowned Buddhist scholar, teacher, and writer, who describes the practice of mindfulness as tidying the mind. The analogy is that a mind that is a mess is much like a messy living room, very difficult to navigate and walk through. So we want to work on this is part of Buddha's Eightfold Path. This is the 7th part. And we want to work on finding a way to clear all of the stuff around the mind. And if that sounds familiar, you are right on, because in Patanjali's sutra, he talks about yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the stilling of the fluctuations of the mind. So we bring everything around our mind into this calm place so that we can see clearly. Let's start to make our way up onto all fours. And we'll begin with extending the right leg long. Now, once you're there, find a sense of establishment and see if you can lift the right leg up, extend left arm. That right there may be a balance challenge already. Let's see if we can start to move through this with cat-cows in this shape. So we inhale, draw elbow to knee as you tuck and round. Exhale, extend long. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, long. And one more, draw it in. And extend nice and long. See if you can bend the right knee, reaching around as if to take hold of the foot. So if you don't take hold of the foot, that's fine. You can just let your arm hang there and lift the foot as if you were going to kick a ceiling tile out. Otherwise, we take hold and kick. And that kicking action lifts the torso, particularly on the left side. Take another big breath here. And come back to that extended arm, extended leg. So this may be right where you want to stay, but if you've never practiced this, it's kind of fun. See if I can do it this morning. We're going to tuck the left toe under and make our way up, into a one-legged, one-arm plank pose. Very challenging. Making sure the right shoulder is over the right wrist. And let's take it right back down. Well, that is a bit challenging in the morning, isn't it? Return the left hand to the floor. Send your right leg out to the right. And then drop it down. Roll to the pinky side of the foot. Inhale, lift up for gate pose. Coming all the way up, arms. Big inhale to lift up. On the out breath, right arm drives down the leg. Try to avoid twisting. And we'll just stretch this whole left side. Rolling to the pinky side of the foot. We want to get used to that feeling because we'll need it in a moment. And then if you're into the strengthening pose here, keep the shape of your body. Just release the right arm. Lift up. And you allow the core to hold you in that shape. One more. And then inhale, come up. And let's keep going all the way to the left side, half moon pose. Making sure your fingertips are pointing to the left. Lift all the way up. Right leg comes with you. And we'll return to that bent knee on the right side. So bending the knee, see if you can reach around, take hold of the foot, and give yourself a nice big kick. Just stretching the front side here, particularly the right quadricep. Let the leg go. So now when you push it down, push into the pinky side of the right foot a lot because this becomes the kickstand and we're going to need that right now. We're going to go back to an elbow to knee, but this time it's right to left. So we push into the right foot, that's your kickstand, lift the left knee up. Inhale, touch, exhale, knee back down. Elbow to knee, knee to floor. One more, elbow to knee to floor. Big reach this time, so it's just a stretch on the right side. Let the rib cage lift up. Think of the right fingertips coming over the ear and down to the floor. Now maybe find a sense of a neutral spine here. We'll do arm circles with the right side. Swinging the arm, big circles. Working with your Ujjayi breath again, or still. Now this time as the right arm comes down, let the whole torso walk to the right, facing back to the front. Big inhale, lift your heart, and then exhale, tuck and round. Still using that right pinky toe as a kickstand. Inhale, expand. Exhale, round. One more like that. Inhale, broad opening. Exhale, round it out. Come to a neutral spine. Again, pay attention. Right foot is your kickstand here. Left arm extends long. Needle underneath, going to the place that's good for you. This is a place where you may want to block. If you don't want to go too far, or if your shoulder doesn't come to the floor, just rest the left shoulder on the block. This is perfect right here. Maybe you take the right arm up. If you're going a little bit further, no block, you can twist enough to take hold of the right big toe and then draw the right shoulder as if it were going to touch the floor. Now always staying in a place of clarity with the breath. So if you come to a place where you can't breathe, that's kind of an indication that you might have gone a little bit too far. And so you'll want to unfurl and take a lighter pose. All right, let's start to all unfurl. Coming right back up. I'll turn to the side. You can keep looking forward. We're going to take half dog pose here, the puppy dog. So we start to extend the arms long as if to reach the chin and the chest towards the floor. Once again, the right pinky toe is very important here to curl and round so that you use it as a kickstand there. You don't want to go sliding in this one. Then make your way back up. From here, just swing the right leg back and we'll move into our little chin push-ups. In chin push-ups or grasshopper, squeeze the elbows in. As you lower chin and chest, the right leg lifts and then push it right back up. We'll do 2 more like that. Squeeze the elbows in, lower chin and chest, push it back up. 1 more and we'll hold. So squeeze elbows, lower chin and chest, and hold here. Some of you will add the chin pose by taking the left leg up to the sky as well. And then we'll all meet, stepping or hopping back, lowering chaturanga. Lift your heart, now breathe in, and come up, downward facing dog. Back into Ujjayi breath in case you lost it a little bit. So the first foundation of this wise mindfulness is the physical body. We take note of the physical body. So go ahead and just look at your right hand. Visualize it. Now close your eyes and see the hand, that right hand, in your mind. And direct it in this direct experience of the body's direct experience, first seeing it and then taking it into your mind. This is what's going on with how you're perceiving things with your 5 senses. And what the Buddha says about this is that this is the elemental preconceptual experience of the hand. So we've seen it physically and now in the mind. All right, let's lower right back down onto all fours. And this time establish yourself as you send the left leg back. Right arm extends, lifting up, find lots of length here. Now inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, long. Knee to elbow. Long, and we have 1 more. Inhale, round it out, and then exhale, extend. Staying just like this, maybe bending the knee and reaching around. Give yourself a nice big kick if you are. Notice as you kick, if you've made that connection, the right pectoral stretches back, the left quad gets a nice big stretch. Let's take 1 more. Now coming back to extended leg, extended arm. See if you want to play with that lifting up of the one-legged, one-arm plank pose. Just tuck the right toes under, lift up, keeping left shoulder over left wrist, and take it right back down. Dang, y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was so hard. When I practice it, I don't do the full thing. All right, let's go ahead and return to all fours. We'll take the left leg out to the side, preparation for gate pose. Rolling down, pinky side of the foot, and then inhale, lift all the way up. Nice big stretch here. And on the out breath, reach down the left leg. First, just the left arm, aligning the shoulders. Feeling a good stretch here. And now if you like the strengthening pose, add the left arm. So we keep the shape, but we lift the arm. So it's the core that's holding you, not the left arm anymore. Last breath like this. And then come on up. We're just going to keep going all the way over into half moon pose. Make sure the right fingertips are facing the right. Lift the left leg. Perfect to hang out just like that. But if you're adding the bent leg, go ahead and give it a shot. And again, it's that whole stretching on the left side. Taking 1 more. And release. Arm lifts up again. And we start those little circles. It's just a nice big stretch. Whole left side lifting up and over. Rib cage lifting up to the sky. 2 more. This time as the left arm comes down, let the whole torso walk with you as you come forward. Double check left foot, making sure it's in kickstand mode. Inhale, expand your beautiful heart. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Let's take 1 more big expansion here. And then round it out. Coming back to neutral spine, extend right arm long, find the perfect place for you to needle under. So maybe a block and just hanging there, or maybe the whole Monty where you really reach that right arm as far to the left as you can, and then add the left arm as you twist it up and open. Maybe you can take peace fingers to the big toe. You can try a little tiny cheat if you're wanting to do that by pigeon toeing the left foot and then see if you can touch the toes there. But always be in a place where you know you can find full Ujjayi breaths. Using the breath as an indication of going too far or not far enough. All right, let's unfurl. Come back out again. I'm going to go sideways so you can see what we're doing here. Take a big lift and then start to walk your hands forward. Maybe some of you just stop right here at the elbows. You can always take the arms wide and dip down too if the straight arms aren't working for you. But find a place again where you can breathe, taking this nice big stretch. And make your way back. Swing the left leg back for a little grasshopper push-up. So we're still kneeling on the right knee. Squeeze the elbows in, lower chin and chest, leg lifts, and then come back to neutral. Again, squeeze elbows in, lower chin and chest, come back up, one more like that, and we'll hold it. So just staying like this, keeping the left leg lifted, and some of you I know will add the right leg, finding chin pose. Just be mindful of the neck. Let's all take it back, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and back into downward facing dog. All right, get your Ujjayi breath on. So the second part is called the feeling of our experience. So with every experience, we have a moment where we categorize, either pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. So just taking this in right now, seeing what you might categorize it as. Typically, we like to tend towards the pleasant, as we all know. And this foundation of mindfulness enables us to begin to understand the process of reactivity. How do we respond to things? And remember, we always want to find a place of responding with benevolence. Bend your knees here, look forward, step or hop to the front of the mat. Come on up halfway. Exhale, release forward again. Now take your arms with you as you come to standing. Take a nice big stretch at the top. And then draw the hands to heart center. Taking your thumbs to your heart, pull your belly in, roll the shoulders back, and just be aware of the body as it is. Now in this standing place, see if you can close your eyes and take in everything you just saw in that physical sense. And then what are you saying to yourself? Do you like this? Do you not like it? Is it uncomfortable? Is it neutral? Doesn't matter. We're just becoming aware of how we react. Let's go ahead and open the eyes. Big inhale, lift up. Pull the belly in. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back, floating straight through to chaturanga, or maybe you stop in plank pose today. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Right leg comes forward, low lunge position. We drop to left knee. Now work with that breath. Inhale, fill up as you lift up. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, lifting up. Exhale, all fours, chin, chest, and knees. Squeezing elbows in, lower the chin and chest. Scoop through now into your mini cobra as you lift and inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in and out. Left leg comes through, low lunge position, right knee down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, back to center, fill it up. Exhale, hands to the floor, all fours. Squeeze elbows in, lower chin and chest. Scoop through for your mini cobra pose. And now take it back, downward facing dog. Back to big, deep Ujjayi breath. Third foundation is the state of mind. This involves exploring experience through the state of the mind. So what glasses do you have on? Are they the glasses of mindfulness, anger, sadness, bitterness, resentfulness, whatever it is? Just become aware of it, notice it. Maybe they're your happy glasses. It's whatever lens you've put on at that very moment based on past stories. This practice moves us in the direction of non-reactivity and non-judgmental. So we try to move into this neutral place, being aware that all of these reactions are based on past stories. Little things we've left in our messy living room, if you will. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop it up. Come up halfway. Exhale, release down. Inhale, come to standing. Arms come with you. Maybe now you add a little tiny back bend before we keep going for the last sun salutation. Pull the belly in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back again, straight through to chaturanga if you're hopping. Otherwise, maybe you're hanging out in plank or dropping the knees. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Start left side. Left leg comes through. High lunge position. So we're on the ball of the back foot. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, prayer twist left. Inhale, fill back up as you come back up. Exhale, hands to the floor, left leg back for a 1 or 2-legged descent. So chaturanga or trianga. 1 or 2-legged up dog. And then 1-legged downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Give yourself a nice stretch. And then replace the leg, down dog. Inhale and exhale. Right leg shoots forward. High lunge position. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, prayer twist right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the floor. Send the leg back. 1 or 2-legged descent. Lower it down. 1 or 2-legged up dog. And then 1-legged downward facing. Lift the right leg. Super big stretch here. Stretch it out. And now replace the leg. Downward facing dog. So the fourth one of the foundations for mindfulness is the Dharma. And this is where we view experience through the lens of the Buddha's teaching. You want to be mindful of what he calls hindrances. And that would be things like restlessness, anger, sleepiness, hatred, and doubt. So all of these things that can stir the pot and pre-condition you for a certain response. What factors led to this creation or cessation of these hindrances? So we want to come into a place where moving into mindfulness will naturally make us happy, and so we'll gravitate towards that way. Right now we think happiness is that piece of cake or whatever it is. And so we go towards that. And what we find out, what we start to learn is that we observe what is supporting the sustainability of happiness. And that's where we start to gravitate towards. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the front. Come up halfway, exhale, release forward. Inhale to standing, and let's add a purposeful back bend here. So coming up, we may just stay with our arms high, or you might want hands at the hips. Allow the hips to come forward wherever you are. Weights in the heels. Now pull the belly in. And that always seems counterintuitive to me because the hips are coming forward. I feel as if I want to push my belly out. So pull the belly in. Let the weight be in the heels. Open up the front side. And then release, coming back to center. Taking a big inhale, lift up. Big exhale, forward fold. Come up halfway. Step or hop it back, flow straight through again. And we all meet in downward facing dog. All right, keep in mind, we all have different places in our body. I'll do my best to describe a general place for everybody, and then you can tweak it, backing it out or taking it deeper. Right leg lifts to the sky. Stack the hips, bend the knee. You decide, do you want to stay here? Do you want to flip? Do you want to side plank? They're all good. Just find something that feels good in your body at this given moment. Keeping the clarity of the mind so that we can see and hear what is the truth in our body. Come on back wherever you were. Right leg stays lifted, and we start to twist. Right knee comes underneath towards left elbow or armpit. Exhale back to 1-legged dog. Knee to nose, forward and plank. Tuck and round here. Exhale, 1-legged dog. Last one, knee to the outside of the right arm. Now you can just hover here. That is so much work just to hold that leg. Or you take your balancing pose here, sending the legs out into a nice wide stance. And then we make our way back, big lift, place the foot to the outside of the right hand, and stay high like this. Let's just twist to the right. So be mindful that we're not sinking here. You want to lift up, twist open to the right, pull the right hip crease back, send your drishti to the right fingertips. One more like that. Now keep the twist and just drop down to the left knee. Keep opening and broadening. Now we have our left arm down to really help support us. So push the left arm away and see if that pushing away helps you to twist a little more to the right. If it would feel good to bend the left knee, then go for it. Stretching the heel towards the hip. If you have that bent knee, one more. Release the foot. Come inside the right leg. So we're moving into high lizard. Don't get too comfortable. We're not going to stay super long. We're still on the left knee, high on the fingertips, or maybe even blocks to lift your chest and find a nice sense of length on the front side. Now just drop the right knee. All right, before you drop too far, pay attention to the left leg. If you're starting to roll onto the outside of the left hip, I want you to stop for a moment and stay right on the top side of that left leg. Gently encourage the right knee open, and in this shape, without letting us drop to the left hip, you can feel a nice opening in both inner thighs. Right now, we're going to let the body go where it naturally wants to. So you can start to twist off to your right side, and as you twist, notice how the body rolls to the left hip, the outside of the left leg. So shorten it up a little bit here so we can bend both knees. And again, we're moving into a very natural falling place. So as you keep twisting to the right, bend both legs and see if you float into this kind of what I call a sloppy Gomukhasana, or maybe it's half Ardha Matsyendrasana. Anything where the right leg is on top of the left, you can encourage the right hip down. We'll just keep looking off to the right side. We want to have this sense of twisting to the right, reaching as far as you can. Now, if all is good here, let's swing the right hand around as if I were going to grab that right foot, and some of you just might. But otherwise, hand is just reaching around the back. And notice my right hip's off the ground. That's okay. Take the hand, the left hand, to the head and cup the right ear. Now lean the head into the hand as if it were supporting you. Let the left elbow broaden, let the right shoulder broaden, and look to your right side. Open up one more. Now basically keep this twist, but we're going to release the hands towards the right side. Not all of us will be to the right side. So your right side might be in with the leg in between, and that's fine. Wherever you are, come high onto your tented fingertips. Inhale, lift up here. Now as you exhale, think of purging out the things that are standing in your way. To clarity, to see the wisdom. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let something go. And taking one more. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, let it go. Coming right back up. We start to untwist, coming back to the left, returning to that same shape. So we come in, low lunge position. This time, toe walk the right foot so you're more center. Tuck your left toes under. Lift up for high lunge on an in-breath. So we inhale, lift up. Exhale, prayer twist to the right as we drop towards left knee. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, lower and twist. Take one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and twist. Now snuggle in here. We want to find a nice big twist to the right. And in this twist and in this snuggling place, tuck the left toes under so it becomes a high twisted lunge. Keep pulling the right hip back. Keep the left hip lifted. See if you can float forward into twisted chair. Evening out the knees via the hips. One more breath here. Now we're going to keep chair, but unfurl, coming right back to center. Hands towards the heart, squat it down. Set a drishti point as you cross the right ankle over the left, and then hinge forward. Now watch for droopy hip. We don't want that right hip dropping down. Hinge it forward. One more breath. Big squat on the left leg. Come up to standing. Right knee pointing down. Right foot heel towards the hip. If you can take both hands, grab it. If not, if you've got that quick strap that I talked about, you can just wing it around your ankle like this and start to pull up. Start to extend the right leg back, keeping the right hip down. Just taking a nice big stretch. And release. Big inhale, lift up. Big exhale, hinge forward. Come up halfway. Step or hop it back. Straight through chaturanga or not. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. So we take a reevaluation on this side. Trying to be open-minded. Trying to put on a clear pair of glasses. Nothing colored at all. And then you can decide from there where you'll go with this left side. Left leg lifts. Stack the hips. Bend the knee. Lift the head. Look over your right shoulder. Right there, you should know if it's okay to flip. Side plank. Stay where you are. Whatever. But open your heart. Breathe deeply. All right, come on back. Downward facing dog. Our left leg lifts and we start our twist. Left knee underneath towards the right armpit. Exhale back to one-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose, forward in plank. Exhale back to dog. Last one, we come to the outside of the left arm. Hover there. To me, that's a lot of work. If you're taking your balance pose, that's a lot of work too. So go for it. All right, send the left leg back, big lift. And now let's go ahead and plant it to the outside of the left hand. We stay high on the ball of the right foot. Plant your right hand down to the floor. Big twist open to the left. Now watch for what I'm guilty of, which is dropping that right hip down. I want to lift the right hip up, pull the left hip crease back, using that right hand as a base to push into the floor to give me the power to spin open to my left. Now keep that action of spinning, but drop down to the right knee. Here we get to even expand deeper. As if your fingertips were going to reach right back towards the toes. Then bend the right knee, see how that feels. And maybe start working the right heel towards the hip. This is a nice big stretch. Let's take one more.